Here's our video just to talk about what things are going to look like when we resume on the 22nd of June. As you know, I sent you out an email with the attachment of our, what I call it, lesson grid. And I knew that would cause some confusion. It's not a big deal. First of all, with this I might do one video, I might do several. I'm just going to nut through things as they come into my head, particularly with feedback I've got from people. Now, the main thing is, when you start to think about what we're doing, try to remember that the studio is not going to look anything like it did beforehand. We're not going to be the size we were before, the classes are not going to be the size they were before. So it gives us a chance to try a new system altogether. And what I like about what we've done is going to give us a lot more flexibility. So let's just tackle the lessons to start off with. Now, with that grid I sent you last week, I'm sitting down and looking at it again this weekend because I've had a whole week to nutter through my head. And what I wanted to do was get you all out, get it out to all of you and get you thinking about, the changes. Now, so there may be some changes over the weekend, but whatever I send over the weekend to you will be what we'll be going ahead with on the 22nd. So what I've tried to do is I wanted to have more room during the week for the more advanced people to have different options to do, because up until now, really, with our group classes, we've been able to run beginner group classes, and we call the next one intermediate, but we did have people in there who've been there for a long, long time, so it was probably more than intermediate, and we really couldn't do them justice and the new people coming into the intermediate class. So what I thought I would do with our beginner classes, I'll most likely absolutely keep them on a Monday and a Wednesday, and I'm going to start them at 6:30. Now, I've done everything in half-hour grids, which is not a big in its own. So each class is still an hour and a half, just like you had. There's going to be an hour of lessons and then a half-hour of dancing afterwards. Now, I believe with changed work conditions for most people that the 6:30 time will work fine for most people, even when they do have to go back to the office. And if not, we'll soon know that. I think it's important to say right now, this is a trial. We're seeing how it goes. It's not set in stone. We don't have to say this is it. We're not going back. If it doesn't work, we will change. Now, with that half-hour dancing after the lesson, so we've taught from 6:30 to 7:30. From 7:30 to 8, the beginners have got a half-hour of teaching. Now, let's just say in theory, I'm bringing an intermediate class in after that, which would start learning at 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock and have dancing from 9 to 9:30. If you were coming to the intermediate class, but you didn't want to stay to 9:30, there's nothing stopping you from coming at 7:30 and being part of the dancing beforehand. So the intermediate people can choose to dance before their lesson or after their lesson. And when it comes to dancing in that half hour, some people are saying to me, will the intermediate people and the beginner people be able to do the same dances? Yes, you will, because you're going to think about dancing differently now. So instead of saying we're going to do a Maryland, we would now say we're going to do a foxtrot rhythm nouveau dancing. And for those of you who know your dances, that means you could do a Maryland, a carousel, a Barclay, an Excelsior. So no matter what you learned, you can all have the dance on the floor at the same time. It's no different to dancing a routine. If you were dancing a ballroom foxtrot, you have to manoeuvre around each other. Dancing different foxtrot nouveau dances is no different. And remembering, we're looking at having maximum 4 couples to a class. So there's only 8 people here, so there's plenty of room to dance. Doing that then, we've then got our advanced class now. It's got an hour and a half class, something we didn't have before. And they will do an hour of lessons, and then they will have a half-hour dancing. Now, those classes I've described so far, beginners, intermediate, and advanced, we will refer to them as open to the public groups. In other words, anybody can come. I'm hoping to encourage all of you, particularly in the first couple of weeks, to email me the classes you want to come to, so we've got an idea of numbers. So that's really, really important. Now, with all those classes, they're only going to be step-based. So we're teaching you steps. So you'll learn beginner steps and beginners, intermediate steps and intermediate, and the advanced people will learn really advanced steps. On top of those, we'll have other classes which may run for half an hour, and they'll be called technique classes. So there we might do rumba technique. We might show you how to use your arms. We might do rise and fall in a nouveau dance or a ballroom dance. And that's going to be a lot of fun and a lot of benefit, and everyone can come to that. Even a beginner can come to a technique class. There's no harm to be done. And the last two issues I want to cover is on a Friday, you would have seen on the grid I had social dance or technique classes. So with the social dance on a Friday, it's, I would rather call it a practice dance. Once again, beginners can come, and I encourage you to use that same model of having, foxtrot-based dances and waltz-based dances, and I'll teach those who are at the dance how to do that. And some nights we might decide not to have the dance, but run technique classes all Friday night, if the numbers are there. Once again, it'll be a booking thing. Now, the last thing to cover is the Sunday classes. I haven't put any down yet. My thinking is this. On Saturdays and Sundays, when we traditionally did so many birthday parties, they, unfortunately, for a while, are going to be very, very vacant. So that gives us the opportunity to do some more lessons on Saturdays and Sundays. And what I would ask anyone who would like to still do a beginner's class or a dance class on a Sunday, let me know, and we'll arrange a time. I would rather not pencil in a 5 o'clock Sunday class and then be sitting around all day at home to come into a 5 o'clock class when we could have possibly run at 11 o'clock in the morning. I'm sure that everyone understands that. Now, I'm going to leave this video at that, and then I'm going to do another video after this one and explaining about what we offer the classes for, and also personalised group classes. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.